All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right. So I have this book here by Mark Dice. All right, that is titled Illuminati in the Music Industry. All right, because the elites, they have infiltrated the music industry. All right, especially the hip hop / rap genre. All right, because that is the most popular genre in the music industry. And also because that is Jake. All right, that's Jake. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. That's Jake. That's Jake that puts out that music. But you got to understand, it's these gutter rats, all right, these so-called Jews that control the labels, all right, the record labels, all right, they control the entire music industry, man. These damn gutter rats, these damn devils, man. All right, and they infiltrated the music industry, like I said, especially the rap and hip hop genre, because that's Jake and that's the most popular genre, man. And they use that genre, all right, to push out a wicked vibration upon this earth, to push out a wicked vibration upon you Jakes, man, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to keep you docile, to keep you zombified, all right, to keep you killing each other, all right, because that's what mainstream rap music is, all right, it's nothing but violence, sex and drugs, right? Now every rapper's a faggot now. Every rapper's a homosexual now. See, this is how you know they infiltrated the music industry. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the damn devil that the Bible speaks of. These damn gutter rats. All right? That's why these rappers be faggots now, pushing out that faggot ass vibration. And now you niggas carrying purses, dressing in skirts and heels and shit. That's what these rappers be doing, man. Painting they damn nails. A lot of these rappers are industry plants. All right? These celebrities in the music industry, these rappers, mainstream rappers, they're all puppets for the elites, man. All right? So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. All right? The name of this book is Illuminati in the Music Industry. And the first chapter is what? Rap and hip hop. All right? So you got to understand, Esau Edom, he infiltrated the music industry, man. These damn gutter rats. All right? And not just Esau Edom, the top tribe of Esau Edom, which is Amalek. These so-called Jews, these damn gutter rats, man. The least of the flock. You got to know these Amalekites, these damn devils, that's the worst, that's the bottom of the barrel of Esau, man. The wicked of the wicked of the wicked, man. All right? So it says rap and hip hop. It says out of all the different genres of music, the emergence of Illuminati symbolism appears most prevalent in rap and hip hop. Yeah. All right? You got rappers throwing up Masonic hand symbols. All right? In these music videos, I'm talking about like these super mainstream rappers. You know? In these music videos, you got nothing but Illuminati and Freemasonry symbolism. All right, satanic symbolism and all that. All right. See, if you can't see that Edom is your enemy, the white man is your enemy. If bro, y'all just don't have any idea what's going on, man. And I know niggas that's in the world that I used to hang out with. They're still trying to be fucking rappers, man. Part of this wicked ass industry, man. Like dumbasses. America's about to be destroyed, swallowed, and engulfed by nuclear fire. And you out here talking about, yo, I'm about to hit the studio. I got a new mixtape coming out. Like the simple nigga you are, man. All you niggas do is smoke weed and rap. Have no knowledge or wisdom about anything, man. Simple as hell, man. Simple as hell. All right? So it says, out of all the different genres of music, the emergence of Illuminati symbolism appears most prevalent in rap and hip hop. An African American pastor named G. Craig Lewis from EX Ministries out of Prairie, Texas, said it's because the brothers aren't down with heavy metal, referring to the use of satanic imagery and messages that for some time at least had been synonymous with heavy metal music. All right? It says, one other likely reason for the Illuminati to be invoked in rap and hip hop is because the genre itself is largely dedicated to promoting a materialistic, hedonistic, violence-driven message. Yeah, and that's now. That's how it is now. That's how it became when Edom, all right, infiltrated the rap industry. The damn Amalek, man. You know? Because when hip-hop first started, you know, it wasn't like that. You know, it all started with NWA, they said. You know, that was the beginning of gangster rap. You know? All right? One other likely reason for the Illuminati to be invoked in rap and hip-hop is because the genre itself is largely dedicated to promoting a materialistic, hedonistic, violence-driven message. At least mainstream hip-hop rap, that is. Yeah. All right? Mainstream hip... Bro, if you want to find the worst rap music possible, just turn on the radio. Or the TV. That's where the worst rap music is. And that's the music that's being pushed out. Like it's good, like as if it's good music. All right? Because the music that's on the radio, the rap music that's on the radio, on the TV, it pushes out a negative vibration. And that vibration goes out, you know, to Jake, man. And they get influenced by it. That's why you got these YNs, these young niggas, all they want to, you know, they stupid as hell, man. All they think it's cool to carry, they think it's cool to be in the hood and kill niggas. They brag about how they shit got to switch. Simple as hell, dog. Niggas is fucking done out here, nigga. It bugs me, bro. It pisses me off to see how simple you niggas are, man. Stupid as hell, man. This is the most stupid generation. The most vile and retarded generation, man. When I look at the YNs of today are fucking stupid, man. Dumb as hell, man. The most brain dead, the most zombified, retarded, slow of mind generation ever, bro. When I was coming up, I wasn't stupid like this, man. Retarded as hell. You know? This generate, bro. It just keeps getting. This is why we beg Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to come back already, man. Because when you look at the people of the world and how gone they are, it drives you nuts, man. Especially to see how the niggas is gone. Shit, the women is. If the niggas, you think the niggas is gone, imagine the women. You know? The women, they are so far gone, there's no help for them. Most of the women are going to be destroyed. All right? They're all whores, stupid as hell, retarded as hell, you know? The women that are going to be saved, all right? The women that are of the elect, all right? A lot of women are just going to be saved just for childbearing, all right? Like the scriptures say, you know? It says at least mainstream hip-hop, that is, all right? Hip-hop and rap, that is. It says, of course, the genre has been hijacked and perverted by the music monopoly corporations. Yeah, all right? The music industry has been hijacked, especially the hip-hop and rap industry, man. All right? They have twisted its theme into something completely contrary to the message of its founders. Yeah, because when hip-hop started, it wasn't about no guns and violence and drugs. Well, at least mainstream hip hop, because good rap music never went anywhere. It's just it's just the garbage and vileness that gets pushed out into the mainstream. You know, you're not gonna hear about the good rap music. You're not gonna hear it on the radio and it just or on the TV. You're just not gonna hear about it. You got to search for it, man. You know? All the wicked and vile rap, that's what gets pushed out into the mainstream again, because the elites have an agenda, man. All right, to push you Israelites, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. All right? To keep you in a docile and a zombified state, man. All right, because they put witchcraft music on they put witchcraft spells on the music that gets pushed out. So when you hear it, it bugs you out. Now you got niggas killing each other all in the hood. You know? All right? Now you got niggas becoming faggots. Now you got niggas wanting to paint their nails now. Wear purses and skirts and shit. All right, it says, let me read this from the top again. It says, one other likely reason for the Illuminati to be invoked in rap and hip-hop is because the genre itself is largely dedicated to promoting a materialistic, hedonistic, violence-driven message. At least mainstream hip-hop and rap, that is. Of course, the genre has been hijacked and perverted by the music monopoly corporations that have twisted its theme into something completely contrary to the message of its founders. Since the Illuminati represent the ultimate pinnacle of power and evil, it is almost a natural evolution for rappers to move beyond portraying ordinary gangsters to wrapping themselves in the Illuminati flag as they pose as rich and powerful badasses. All right, invoking Illuminati imagery has become so popular in rap music that an episode of the Cleveland Show, all right, depicted the idea that a secret society made up of famous rappers, Kanye West, Nicki Minaj, and others, were part of the hip-hop Illuminati. Yeah, man. All right? Yeah. All right? Because you gotta understand, the Illuminati, these elites, they use these celebrities as puppets, man, to push out their agenda, to push out a wicked vibration, a wicked vibe and energy amongst the people. And then you listen to it and then you receive that wicked ass vibe. Now you bugged out. Now you got the energy to kill a nigga. Now you got the energy and the vibration of a faggot. Now all of a sudden you want to put on a skirt and shit, paint your nails, wear purses, dress hella feminine. Let's continue. It says the artist portrayed. It says the artist portrayed in the show actually did the voice covers themselves. Kanye West and others even rapped a short little song written for the show with lyrics like Illuminati starts shit that then becomes cool. Illuminati starts the trends that then become rules. Illuminati. All right? And you got the picture right here. All right? The title of the show was called the title of the episode was Hip Hop Illuminati. It says, while there are a handful of successful rappers who stay true to the origins of the genre, it's quite obvious that the vast majority of mainstream rappers promote a shallow, ignorant, idiotic, materialistic, mentally enslaving message using keywords about making money, getting laid, partying 24/7, and other mindless jibber jabber. Yeah, that's bro. That's exactly 100% what it is, man. All right, the mainstream rap, what you hear on the radio, right? All right. It says before we take a look at the blatant and disturbing imagery and messages in this music, I will reprint excerpts from a letter claimed to be written by a former music executive who says he witnessed a secret meeting in 1991 where big wigs in the prison industry basically paid off record company executives to promote rap artists who glorify crime with the goal of encouraging listeners to get locked up in prison so the private prison industry could make more money, bro. Bro, I'm telling you, this is the truth. All right, I'm telling you, that's what they do it, yo. They push out that wicked vibration so niggas could get locked up and so the prison industry could make more money, bro. All right, come on, man. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Rock desire this lesson is edifying. Y'all Jakes gotta wake up, man. You elect gotta wake up already and come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. This is the truth, man. Listen. And you niggas want to be a part of this. It says the letter titled, all right? Matter of fact, let me read this again. It says, before we take a look at the blatant and disturbing imagery and messages in this music, I will reprint excerpts from a letter claimed to be written by a former music executive who says he witnessed a secret meeting in 1991 where big wigs in the prison industry basically paid off record company executives to promote rap artists who glorify crime with the goal of encouraging listeners to get locked up in prison so the private prison industry could make more money. The letter titled The Secret Meeting That Changed Rap Music and Destroyed a Generation first surfaced on the internet in 2012 after a hip-hop news website claimed they had received it in an email and is quoted here in accordance with and in full compliance with fair use laws in Section 107 of U.S. copyright law. All right, so let's continue. All right. The letter starts off saying that in 1991, the writer witnessed what he called one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. All right. The author says, see, the music was created to make you niggas fucking gay. That's why you have gay rappers now, man. All of a sudden, these rappers starting dressing homo and shit. They was paid to do this, bro. They sold out, man. These celebrities are nothing but puppets, bought and paid for. All right. It says the letter starts off off saying that in 1991, the writer witnessed what he called one of the biggest turning points in popular music and ultimately American society. The author says that in the author says that in the 1980s and 90s he worked for a major music company and was summoned to a meeting to discuss rap music's new direction. All right? Among the attendees, he writes, was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. All right? Um, Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be in our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked, all right, to sign a confidentiality agreement preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. At this point, the writer says a speaker at the meeting revealed he worked in the prison industry. He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Come on, bro. It says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in confusion. At the time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with us. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who receive funding from the government based on the number of inmates. The more inmates, the more money the government would pay these prisons. All right, so that's why they got you Jakes in the prisons, man. Is most of you Jakes? It's most of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in these prisons, man. So it makes sense, bro. Come on, bro. It says it was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, all right, as they became publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Wow. It says many people are unaware that countless prisons are actually privately owned for profit companies, not simply facilities owned by the government. All right, yeah, because there's money in the prison industry, bro. All right, that's why Esau Edom is so quick to lock you up. All right. It says these companies pay lobbyists to influence policies and judge to enact legislation and penalties that are profitable for the prison. Let's read that again. These companies pay lobbyists to influence policies and judge to enact legislation and penalties that are profitable for prisons. All right. All right. The letter goes on. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague, who had first opened the meeting, took the floor again. And answered our questions. All right. He told us that since our employers had become silent investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remained filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by marketing music which promotes criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. Yeah, because guess who raps? Jake raps. All right, you Negroes, you Latinos, man. All right. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we would also be able to buy personal stocks in these prisons. All right, let's keep reading. It says, uh, the main claims, the man claims he was deeply disturbed after the meeting, but never spoke out publicly out of fear of losing his job or something happening to his family. As the months passed, rap music had definitely changed direction. I was never a fan of it, but even I could tell the difference. All right, I'm gonna tell you when the downfall of rap became. All right, if you know, if you want to get technical, it started with NWA, right? With the whole gangster rap shit, right? But I'll tell you, around like when I was coming up and listening to rap in the early 2000s, when that southern music started to pop off, like and it was really, it wasn't really about nothing. It was just hype music, you know. In my white tee, Laffy Taffy, you know, Nuck If You Buck, you know. And then it really started to go down when that trap music started popping off, you know, when trap music started getting popping in the 2010s of rap. I think it was like, you know, 2013, 14, maybe something like that, you know. Now everything is just the whole mumble rap, you know, the whole trap mumble rap shit, man, you know. uh so it says, let's continue. It says, as the months passed, rap music had definitely changed direction. This is the man in the letter speaking, all right? It says, I was never a fan of it, but even I could tell the difference. Rap acts that talk about politics or harmless fun were quickly fading away as gangster rap started dominating the airwaves. All right? And again, this letter was in 1991. All right? Um where was I at? Started dominating the airways. It says only a few months had passed since the meeting, but I suspect that the ideas presented that day had been successfully implemented. It was as if the order had been given to all major label executives. The music was climbing the charts, and most companies were more than happy to capitalize on it. Each one was out their own churning out their very own gangster rap acts on an assembly line. Everyone bought into it, consumers included. Violence and drug use became a central theme in most rap music. I spoke to a few of my peers in the industry to get their opinions on the new trend, but was told repeatedly that it was all about supply and demand. Sadly, many of them even expressed that the music reinforced their prejudice of minorities. All right. All right, let's continue reading. It says 2 years later, all right, he says he left the business, and a few years later, in the late 1990s, all right, when the internet emerged, he said he was able to do more research into the private prison industry. Now that I have a greater understanding of how private prisons operate, things make much more sense than they ever have. I see how the criminalization of rap music played a big part in promoting racial stereotypes and misguided so many impressionable young minds into adopting these glorified criminal behaviors, which often lead to incarceration. All right. It says after saying 20 years of guilt had been weighing on his shoulders, he decided to write his letter and email it to various rap and hip hop websites. He also wrote that he planned on remaining anonymous, all right, but urged others who attended the supposed 1991 meeting to tell their stories as well. The letter is a very interesting read, but unless others come forward and confirm this person's stories, there is no way to identify whether or not this meeting took place. Nigga, I believe it. You mean I don't listen, we know this, bro. We know this for surety and for certain, man. All right? Esau controls everything, bro. The whole point, because the whole point is to destroy our minds so we don't wake up to who we really are, man. To keep our people in a zombified state, man. Because Esau wants to stay on top. But he's not going to stay on top. The Heavenly Father is going to bring this man down. And it's going to be a good thing. Let's keep reading. It says, the letter is a very interesting read, but unless others come forward and confirm this person's story, there is no way to verify whether or not this meeting took place. All right? It says, of course, it's possible this story is a hoax written hoping to attract people to the author's website. All right? Although I do believe that such a plan was put in motion, yeah, of course, all right? But whether or not the person who wrote this letter was a part of that plan is not clear. All right, let's continue. All right, let's continue. Now you see Jay-Z, right? All right, that's the first person you think of, right, when it comes to this Illuminati rap shit, right? That's how you think he became a billionaire, man? All right, and that's still chump change to what the elites have. You're a billionaire, but you still have to abide by Esau's rules, laws, and regulation. You're still a damn slave. Right? And all these celebrities, they're all going to drown in nuclear fire. None of these celebrities are making it. None of these celebrities know Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right? What did the Lord say? It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to make it into the kingdom of heaven. You think these millionaires, billionaires want to give up all these millions to follow Yahweh Shai, to follow this truth? Because as soon as you follow Yahweh Shai, guess what happens? All hell comes upon you, man. Because this walk of faith is a hard walk. What did Yahweh Shai tell the rich man? Give up everything you have and follow me. But the rich man went away weeping. The nigga didn't want to give up everything that he had just to follow Yahweh Shai. The Lord ain't dealing with none of these celebrities, bro. None of them is the Heavenly Father dealing with, man. None of them know Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And they're all going to be destroyed. All right? Because they all sold out, man. They all sold out. All right, so the very first rapper listed, bro, was Jay-Z, right? And it shows you a photo right here of a gold skull. It says a 34,000 golden skull given to Jay-Z for Father's Day in 2012 by fellow rapper Kanye West. All right. So let's read. It says, the rapper with the most Illuminati rumors surrounding him is perhaps Jay-Z. The stage name is Sean Carter, all right, who is one of the most successful and wealthy rappers in history, with an estimated net worth of approximately $500 million, according to Forbes magazine. And now he has more than that. He's a billionaire now, right? All right, it says he has sold approximately 50 million albums. He won 17 Grammy Awards and is even friends with President Barack Obama. Yeah, and all these people, all these presidents, bro, they're all Freemasons, bro. every president in history, all right, has been a puppet for the elite bankers. That's all presidents are. They're puppets for the elite bankers, man. Because you got to understand, the president is guess who picks the president, man, to be the next the elite bankers. Y'all votes don't pick the make the president, man. Your votes don't put the president in office. The next president is already picked way before the people even start voting, man. The elites already know who they want to put in office. And every president is just a puppet for the elites, man. They're all Freemasons, man. Which Freemasonry is nothing but witchcraft, sorcery, Satanism, wizardry. All right? Albert Pike will tell you that, man. And he's one of the pioneers of Freemasonry. He tells you that in his book called Morals and Dogma. He says it's nothing but Satanism, man. And all these presidents are Freemasons, man. And you got these Freemason presidents that hang around these celebrities, man. Come on, man. Right? The scriptures say there's spiritual wickedness in high places. All these people that sit in high places, man. All right, they're all puppets for the, at least they're Freemasonry. They're Freemasons, right? To push forward the elite's New World Order agenda, man. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Right? Let's get that real quick. That's Ephesians, the 6th chapter, right? Ephesians 6, right? Ephesians 6, right? Let's get it. Ephesians 6 and 12. All right? It says, Ephesians 6 and 12. This is Apostle Paul, all right, writing the letter. This is a letter of Apostle Paul that he wrote to the Ephesians in Ephesus, all right? It says, Ephesians 6 and 12, it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Yeah, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. What do we wrestle against? But against principalities, all right? And against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. That's right. You see? All right? We wrestle against principalities, demons. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against principalities, demons, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world. Yeah. Starting with the elite bankers, trickling down to the lower lesser luminaries like your presidents, your prime ministers, your politicians, your governors, your mayors, the Senate House. Right? All right, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. That's Esau, man. All right, with his Freemasonry and Satanism, his witchcraft, right? Against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, there's spiritual wickedness in high places. Your presidents, your prime ministers, your politicians, all these people that sit in high positions, they're all Satanists and Freemasons, man. Freemasons, all right? Which Freemasonry is nothing but witchcraft and sorcery, wizardry, Satanism, right? Let's look up this word principalities, right? Because it says we wrestle against not flesh and blood. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Yeah, we wrestle against demons, man. All right, the men of the Lord every single day. All right, this walk is a battle, man. All right. All right. So principalities. All right. Did I get the right word? We wrestle, but against principalities. Yeah. All right, it says origin. All right, the person of things that commence the first person of a thing in series. All right, that by which anything begins to be, the origins. All right, the active cause. All right, it says magistrate. All right, which goes to magi, which goes back to magi's. All right, the people that do magic and witchcraft and all that, power, principalities, principle, rule. All right, see, of angels and demons. All right, principality, rule, magistry. Yeah, magistry. All right, of angels and demons. So that's what it's talking about. We wrestle against demons, man. All right, did not Yahweh Shai tell Peter that Satan has a desire to sift you, right? This is why you got to stay grounded, because you'll get thoughts crazy. You get thoughts of doubt, you know. Oh, I'm not of the elect, or this ain't the truth, you know. But you got to fight that with Yahweh Shai, the scriptures. You got to rebuke that with the scriptures, right? So let's prove that. What did Yahweh Shai tell Peter? Or Satan has a desire to sift you, right? I think that's how it goes. A desire. Let me type it like this: desire to sift, right? Come on, man. Let me get it like this: desire to sift you, KJV. All right. Oh, all right. This is Luke 22, and let's get it like this: Luke 22. All right. Luke 22 and 31. All right. Let's get it. Luke 22 and 31. All right. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, talking to Peter, which was the top disciple. All right. And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has a desire to have you, all right, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed. Yo, this is a powerful scripture, bro. Bro, Yahweh Shai is up there in the spiritual world right now, praying for us, bro. The Lord, Yahweh Shai himself, is praying for us, bro, to his Father. Even Yahweh Shai prays and begs the Heavenly Father for the elect sake, man. For the elect, man. Because they are his. And Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, I am of the elect, man. To know that Yahweh Shai is praying for us, that's love, bro. Right? Because Satan has a desire to sift us. Right? Yeah, Satan is trying to take us down, man. But Yahweh Shai, our Lord and Savior in the spiritual realm, is praying for us, bro. That Satan don't get a hold of us, man. Yahweh Shai himself is praying to us, to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Man, this is Luke 22 and 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has a desire to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. Yeah, that we remain in this truth, that our faith don't fail. You know? But I have prayed for. Hold on. All right, let's get back to it. I had to pause the video real quick. All right, but Luke 22 and 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has a desire to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Yeah, so, you know, Satan has a desire to sift. That's why we get, sometimes you get thoughts of doubt. You know, oh, I ain't of the elect, or this ain't the truth, or, you know, whatever the thought may be. Those are demons, bro. Those foolish thoughts those are demons, bro. That's why you got to stay grounded. You got to be grounded in this truth. All right? Did not Yahushua give that parable about the seeds that fall by the wayside? Some were scorched by the sun. Some fall on stony ground. All right? And some remain grounded. Right? All right? So let's look up this word sift. All right? Luke 22:31, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. All right, so let's look up this word sift, all right, to edify. All right. So it says to sift, to shake, all right? Yeah, because when you in this truth, all right, you get shaken up, man. You get tested and shaken up. You know, when these demons attack you, all right? And when bugged out thoughts enter your mind, you got to rebuke that with the scriptures, bro. With Yahushua. All right? Because you know the word. You know the scriptures. You been knew the word. Been knew the scriptures. You been in this truth. Right? So you gotta rebuke that, man. All right? It says by inward agitation. Yeah. You're gonna be shooken up. You're gonna get tested. You're gonna be agitated. Inward agitation, your mind, all right? By inward agitation to try one's faith to the verge of overthrow. Come on, dog. That's Satan, bro. Trying to overthrow you. Overthrow your faith, man. That's gonna happen in this truth, bro. But what did Yahushua say? I had prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. Woo! All right? To sift, to shake in a sieve, all right, by inward agitation, to try one's faith to the verge of overthrow. Come on, dog. But Yahushua said, the Lord, Yahushua loves his elect, man. Luke 17, the Yahushua said for you have given them me, for they are thine. Right? Roughly paraphrasing. Right? But I have prayed for thee that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren. Yeah. All right. And he said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee, both into prison and to death. Peter ready to die, man, for the sake of Yahushua. And so are we. Lord willing. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Ratazah, man. All right. All right, but let's go back into this book, because I kind of, I'm not sure if I kind of lost my train right here. All right, or where I was going with it. But anyway, it says he has sold approximately 15 million albums. He's won 17 Grammy Awards and is even friends with President Barack Obama. Oh yeah, that's, spiritual wickedness in high places, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's get Psalms 119 and 110. All right. It says the wicked, right, have laid a snare for me. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. He's known as the wicked in the Bible, the wicked race. All right. The wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I err not from thy precepts. And what's that snare? All right. What's that trap? All right. The music, man. All right. That's what we getting into. All right. That music and many other things. All right. But this is one of the traps, one of the snares. All right. Even friends with Barack Obama, whom he held a fundraiser for at his 40/40 club in New York City to help him get reelected for a second term in 12. All right, these rap niggas is fucking coons, man. Jay-Z a fucking coon nigga, right? Excuse my French, right? Jay-Z even hit the campaign trail with Obama, appearing on stage with him at events and was featured in an official campaign commercial so he could reach people who didn't follow politics and urge them to get off their couch and vote for Obama. But for what? What Obama do for you Negroes, man? It's not like Obama taught you the truth of who you were. Get up and vote for Obama for what, man? And Obama ain't even he ain't even a Israelite, man. He a damn Hamite. He ain't our people. All right. It says he and Barack are supposedly friends, and Jay-Z is reported to have Obama's personal cell phone number. So the two, all right. So the two can talk or text with each other whenever they want. Of course, he's been invited to the White House several times to meet with Obama as well. Let me zoom out a little bit. Jay-Z's entire rap persona is that he's a rich hustler and former drug dealer from the projects, and his songs are predictable portrayals of a dream life filled with money and girls. All right, as most listeners live vicariously, all right, through the fantasies his songs paint. All right, while this can be fairly expected and understandable, what is more surprising is the fact that Jay-Z incorporates blatant Illuminati hat tips and symbolism into several of his songs and videos. Yup. It says, and he himself appears to be an Aleister Crowley fan. That's crazy. Yup. And Aleister Crowley, he's one of the biggest, most wicked Satanists, bro. Yeah. Aleister Crowley, all right? The infamous Satanist. Yeah, he's one of the, Aleister Crowley, bro, he's wicked he's wicked and vile on a whole nother level, bro. Like he's just, bro. All right. It says in Jay-Z, he himself appears to be an Aleister Crowley fan, the infamous Satanist, all right, who wrote instructions for getting magic power by sacrificing children unto Satan. That's crazy. All right. It says in a behind the scenes interview during the making of Rihanna's Run This Town music video, Jay-Z was wearing a black sweatshirt with "Do Without Wilt." Yeah, that was one of the sayings of Aleister Crowley. Do without wilt. That do without wilt spirit. Do whatever you like type spirit. Nah, nigga. All right. It says Jay-Z was wearing a black sweatshirt with do without wilt. All right, emblazoned across the front the infamous credo of Aleister Crowley, my bad. All right, meaning do whatever you want, no matter the consequences. All right, you are your own God. No, everything. The Most High controls you anyway. All right, so the Lord set up that man, all right, to be wicked as hell. All right, all these niggas just to be wicked. All right, it says many people. All right, my battery's about to die, so I might end this real quick. All right, it says many people who have seen the picture of Jay-Z wearing this sweatshirt think the image was photoshopped. All right, but it is real and is simply a screenshot taken from his videotaped interview on the set of Rihanna's Run This Town shoot. All right, since Jay-Z is wearing a sweatshirt with Aleister Crowley's credo printed on his chest, let's take a brief look at some of Crowley's writings and the philosophies and activities he promoted. Crowley said a demon possessed his wife and dictated to him the contents of what would become the Book of the Law. All right, which is where the do without wilt credo is found. All right, his demon possessed wife revealed the following pieces of advice. Compassion is the vice of kings. stamp down the wretched and the weak. All right, this is the law of the strong. This is our law and the joy of the world. Worship me with fire and blood. Worship me with the sword, with the swords and with the spears is the command. All right, let the women be girt with the sword before me. All right, blood flow to my name, trample down the heathen. Be upon them, O warrior, and I will give you their flesh to eat. Sacrifice, blah 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 blah. All these fucking wicked ass sayings, right? So it says, you can read them for yourself. I'll leave right here so you can pause it and read it, right? So it says, aside from wearing a shirt with an infamous occult credo on the front of Jay-Z's Rockefeller clothing line, all right, actually decided to print some up themselves and sold a few different designs of Illuminati and Masonic t-shirts for a period of time, which had an all-seeing eye on the chest with 13 rays of light coming out of it, along with various other occult symbols. The Rockefeller Company is no small operation and is valued at several $100 million. All right. His very name, Jay-Z, means Jehovah. All right. The Latin name for God, all right, in the Old Testament, all right, which that's not the Most High's name. The Most High's name is Yahweh, all right, which it tells you that the Lord's name comes from the Hebrew, not the Latin, all right? So the Lord's name is Yahweh, all right? Yahweh, all right? It says, and he often refers to himself as Hov, all right? Hova, all right? Short for Jehovah, all right? Because he considers himself to be a god. In his songs, The Evils, he raps a verse where he says he never praised the God. He praised the Gotti, all right? John Gotti, the gangster, all right? And in Dirt Off Your Shoulders, all right, some people believe a verse says middle finger to the Lord, all right? While others insist it says law, all right? Instead, all right? In Empire State of Mind, he raps a verse clearly saying Jesus can't save you. Life begins where the church ends, all right? Yeah, he does say that, all right? He even admits putting hidden messages in his music, all right? I'm going to leave it right there because my battery's about to die, as you see right here. It says 25 minutes left, but it's actually going to be shorter than that, all right? 26%. It's the low battery symbol right here. So I'll just end it. I'll end it right here. You know, Lord willing, all right? Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Rat Tazah. All right, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to continue this. I'm going to just let my battery charge and I'll get back at it. All right, so call Haloyam, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakal, Quitash. All right, on to the next one. Shalom, shalom.